Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the Bishop. It's the Tier 5 British SPG, and this one's located on the west spawn of Airfield, and it's under the command of LostSide. Now, what can I tell you about the Bishop? Well, it's a 4.5-inch howitzer in a box mounted on top of a Valentine chassis. Well, I should say a casement rather than a box. Well, it's rather a shield. It's not that much protection for the crew, but you can see he's got a mark of excellence on his barrel, so I suspect he's actually rather good at the Bishop. Well, let's see how he gets on in this battle. This is a replay from October 2017. It's one of the ones that we had in our list for conversion to video, but it's actually quite a good one. Now, the Bishop has actually got quite a short range, and they used to mount the vehicle on a slope sometimes to increase the range, because if the gun was facing upwards already, then it would actually enable it to fire further. Okay, he's got his first target, and it's a Leopard, and he's up on top of Temple Mount, and in fact, no, he's just dropped over the edge, but you can see he's having difficulty because he's having to constantly adjust the aim. Okay, the Leopard's parked behind that rock, but that's not going to be very much protection for him from the Bishop, because the Bishop can fire over rocks like that. And oh, the Leopard's just been wiped out by our Leopard. Now, as you can see, it's got a very short range. You can see the maximum range on the mini-map. He fires a T-67 and wipes him out with one shot. 83 hit points, gets first kill. There's a Type T-34, the Chinese version. Round out. Direct hit, 214 hit points, and he's killed immediately afterwards. Now that wreck just moved, so I think there's another enemy behind it, so he's firing around in there, and he got a hit. Another enemy's turned up, a Sherman 3, and the wreck is still moving. There's the KV-1. Fires around in, gets a hit. 136 hit points, and he was damaged after that, after his track was broken. Fires in at the Sherman, misses. Okay, he's got a fairly fast reload, about 10 seconds. Round out on the Sherman. He moved. It's going to be a miss. Okay, he's going to need to get a little closer. Fires a quick round out at the Stug, it misses. His reticule wasn't fully dialed in, the Sherman's wiped out. In fact, the Stug's wiped out, not the Sherman. Here's the Sherman, and he's chasing our teammate up onto the rock. That's a Type T-34. He goes down the cliff edge, but he's only got a few hit points left, that Type. Okay, trying to dial in on the Sherman. Round out. This time he gets a hit. 114 hit points. The Type T-34 is trying to get around the corner. If he does, he's going to get hit by that Sherman. We need to take out that Sherman. Okay, we're dialing in. Fires a quick round, and no, he hits the rock face. And the Type T-34 goes down. He's killed by the enemy Bishop. Going for the Sherman 3. Round out, and kill shot. 178 hit points. There's a Churchill 1. Can he get a shot? He's very low health. One shot should be enough to kill him. And he fires around just after the Churchill was killed. But there's an M7. And this is before the M7, after on update 2001. And it's still a light tank in this one. Okay, it's going to have to move closer to the enemy. There's a target off to the south. It's an M4. Dialing in. Round out. And, oh, it was a near miss. It tracked the target. And he did suffer some damage after being tracked, so he's picked up some damage assist there. Round out again on the M4. Should kill him. And he does! 87 hit points. Okay, there's the M7. Oh, just killed our Leopard. Fires a round in, and oh no, it hits the water. Now the M7's on the move. He's going up to the cap. He's fired a round in there. That was a bit of a wild shot. Now the one thing about the Bishop is it does reload and dial in on the target very quickly, almost as quickly as the Fifi, the 105 FH 18B2. And there is one of those on his team. But I think that M7 is headed up to that side of the cap. And LostSide is taking up position next to this rock. I think he's going to try and use it as cover because I think that M7... Yeah, he's in the cap. And so's an KV-1S, a Soviet heavy. He's firing at the M7 first and gets a kill shot. 114 hit points. That was his 4th kill. Trying to get a shot on the KV-1 with all the buildings in the way. Round out. And he gets a kill shot. 48 hit points. Takes him out and takes away the threat from the cap. That was his 5th kill. Right, there's a Panzer T-25 to the north. Fires around and gets a hit. Wow, that was something. On the move, 146 hit points. Can he get the kill shot? He's loaded. Now, rounds out. Oh, target was killed just before his round left, and he was killed by our Fifi, the 105 FH, or Leffy as some people call it. He's moving forward because there are very few enemy left. There's 1 tank destroyer and 2 Arty. And we know one of those Artys is a Bishop. And that's got a very short range as well. So I suspect that the Bishop is fairly close. He's trying to climb this rock face. It's going to be difficult with the Valentine. It hasn't got much power. No, he's slid back down the cliff slope. Right, well, he's got up on top of that one. Now, can he get up on top of this rock? Well, he's going to try. Now, being in this upward facing position actually might increase his range, but it also might enable him to be spotted by the enemy. And there's one of the enemy right now. It's the 60G FT. That's the tier 4 tank destroyer. Oh, we've got a hit. 117 hit points. He's hiding behind that rock, but it's no protection from the Bishop, who can fire on an almost parabolic trajectory. He fires another round in, and he's got a kill. He probably actually set fire to him because he appeared shortly after the shell landed. So that was his Top Gun. Now there are still 2 enemies left. I suspect that those enemies are going to be... one of them is going to be fairly close to the Bishop, as I said. He's got 4 kills, that Bishop. And one of them's the Gorilla. Now the Gorilla could fire from the back of the map. And the IKV is looking for him, along with the T-34. Okay, LostSide's coming down from the top of the cliff. It's probably a bit wrong place to be, because if the enemy can spot you, they can shoot at you. One of the good things about the Bishop is it's very good at shotgun kills, or manual aiming. I know that because I've taken out enemy heavies with my Bishop face to face. And we can see there's the Fifi, the 105 FH 18B2. Painfully slow, the Valentine. Oh my god, there's the Bishop! He's close! He's very close! Okay, he's aiming for the Gorilla because the Gorilla's been spotted first. The Bishop can't hit him from the position he's in. And he gets a kill shot on the Gorilla. 240 hit points. That was his 7th kill. Now, can he hit the Bishop? Well, not just yet, but he's trying to get an aim. Oh, he does! He hits him. 184 hit points. He might have to shotgun him, though, face to face. He's aiming for him. He's gone to overhead. Oh, and he does! He gets him! That's his 8th kill. Wins the game. So he picks up a Radley Walters, and LostSide is very happy. Let's have a look at the end of battle stats. And it's an ace tanker for LostSide in the Bishop. He also picked up a Bruiser Medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 21. A Radley Walters Medal for getting at least 8 kills. He got 8 exactly with that last shot. And good job he did, because his teammate in the tank destroyer was actually coming up behind the Bishop and would have shot him if LostSide had failed to hit and kill the enemy. He also picked up a high caliber for getting the most damage in the battle, a Top Gun for getting at least 6 kills, and he picked up the Counter Battery Fire Medal because he took out both of the enemy Arty, the Gorilla and the Bishop. So let's have a look at the team scores. Highest damage, 2,122 hit points of damage. Now that's more than double the highest score of the IKV-103, who was coming up behind that Bishop at the end. And the highest score in the enemy team was their Bishop with 929 hit points. He also got the highest number of kills, 4 times the highest on his own team, and double the highest score on the enemy team, which again was the Bishop. And when it came to base XP, he managed 1,149 base XP, followed by the IKV with 566, and the Fifi, the 105 FH18B2, he managed 521. Highest score on the enemy team was their KV-1S. He managed 402 experience points. So let's have a look at the detail. Well, he fired 28 rounds during that battle. He got 15 direct hits, 15 penetrations and 3 splash. Damage of 2,122 hit points, of which 1,432 were at more than 300 meters. Obviously, the Bishop was a lot closer when he hit him, as well as some of the other opponents he was firing at. He damaged 11 of the enemy. He killed 8 of them, and he also did damage assistance of 402 hit points. And funnily enough, he actually got 9 defense points by killing the M7 and the KV-1S whilst they were capping. On a premium account, he earned 42,192 credits, and after ammunition resupply, and the ammo is fairly cheap for this Arty, and of course the premium consumables, he actually ended up with 15,192 credits. He also received 1,724 XP, times 2 for the first victory of the day, took away 3,448 together. So particularly good round there by LostSide, Radley Walters in the Bishop. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.